Golly, that's good. I cracked myself up. I still haven't found my first Blanton's. That's different. I really like that. They're like together, like peas and carrots. That's funny. Sometimes accidents are good things. Peychauds or Peychauds or Peychaud. This is not what I expected. Hello, Thursday night, and it is drinks. Well, it's not Drinksgiving anymore. Why not? Why can't it always be Drinksgiving? It's Thursday, it is Bourbcast night, and I will totally, completely, 100% admit that I am absolutely beyond exhausted. It's been a long week. It's been a very long physical week. And like 12,000 steps yesterday, 3 hours of sleep, and here I am. So, yeah. Hey, we got some watchers. Paul's watching. Hey, Paul. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Hope Eleanor, the newest, and Joanna had a great Thanksgiving as well. My Thanksgiving was standard. I didn't watch the parade because I don't have cable. I didn't watch football because I don't have cable. And I made the same thing I always make. Mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, turkey, ham. We had rolls, pie. We had 3 different pies, pecan and pumpkin and apple. Whipped cream. Yeah. So, I mean, it was what it was. And it was all right. We don't go out of our way to be outstanding around here. I do not know. Maybe it's just a... Nope. I see a foil thing here, but... Curses foil... Ah, is that it up there? That's it. Got it. So this is the Thomas S. More. I have had... it was peaceful with us 3 and my mother and father. Oh, that's nice. My mom came. Buddy of mine. Brother from another mother. He came up, and we had a very nice Thanksgiving. It was just nice, you know. Nobody took any leftovers home, which I think I might be a little insulted by. Yeah. I've had this bottle for a while. I think this was a 2021 release. The Thomas S. More. This is the straight bourbon. It's basically a 1792. And it's finished in Cabernet Sauvignon casks. It's a Sazerac pour, made at Barton distillery. So for all intents and purposes, it's 1792, I think. Mash bill, 74% corn, 18% rye. This is what they consider their high rye mash bill. 18%. 8% malted barley. It's 95.3 proof, a little on the low side, you know, but it might be good for somebody that likes the lower proof stuff. This was released December of 2020. I think I must have gotten it right about that time, or maybe early into maybe the spring of 2021, something like that. I picked this one up. Actually, there's a place in Kentucky that I like to go to when I'm doing a bourbon hunt, and they had this. And they talked me into it. There were 3 different ones, by the way. They had the Port, the Cabernet Sauvignon, and the Chardonnay. And they said that the Cab Franc, or the Cab Sauv, was the most popular. So we went with that one. And I've not yet opened it. I've never tried it. This is a fresh crack. Something new, something different. Generally, I either love or I hate wine-infused barrels. Okay, so this is rumored to be a 5-year whiskey, a bourbon, and it's rumored to be aged in the Cabernet Sauvignon barrels for 1 to 3 years. I don't know which. One reviewer I saw said that he really appreciated that it wasn't just a 6-month age, but it was at least a year. Let's see. This marks Barton's initial release of what they called their ultra-premium line of bourbons. Whatever that means. Let's see. So again, 74% corn. Now, one site that I looked at said the mash bill was undisclosed, and then somebody else said 74% corn, 18% rye, 8% malted barley. So, and they didn't actually say malted barley; they said barley. But if it's 1792, it's malted barley. All right. Ross is watching. Hey, Ross, how are you, sir? Hope your Thanksgiving was also great. Let's see if there's anything I'm missing here. Distillery expands their portfolio with the introduction of, this is again Sazerac, Barton Distillery. Thomas S. More, line centered on cask finished whiskeys. These are the less common ones, they say, because you get sherry all the time, sherry and port wine. So cab is probably not as popular. Yeah, that's about it. It's about $70 bottle. Bill's watching. Hey, Bill. Welcome back to the fray. Everything hurts. I need sleep so bad. Okay. Here we go. All right. Okay, so there are lots of different wine finished bourbons that I've tried, and so far this nose is really nice. Now it's a fresh crack, so it's changing on me. Let me tell you what they said about the nose, and I don't know if I'm getting everything that they're getting. They say nose. This is Sazerac company saying this. Peach, apricot, tempered oak, vanilla, light brown sugar, bright and sweet. Bright and sweet, I will agree with that. If I look for the brown sugar, I can find it, but I would never have pulled out that note myself. I do think apricot, maybe even pear. No, not pear. Believe it or not, maybe kiwi. Don't know. There was a time that I was tasting wines. I haven't always just tasted bourbon. There was a time that I was tasting wines. And I'd gone to a winery, and I won't tell you which one because it doesn't matter. But they had set me down. They were all excited about this new wine that they were putting out. And they had their own vineyard, so this was a vinifera. And they had me taste it, and I was reading over their notes, and I said, you forgot a very important note. And they're like, what? I said, there's kiwi in this. They went, nuh-uh. I said, uh-huh. She said, give me that. So he took my glass. He didn't pour himself his own glass. He took my glass, poured it, and called his wife from the back room. She was, I don't know, working with the chef on something, I think. Called her from the back room, said, taste this. And she's like, I've tasted this a million times. But taste it. So she did. Okay. And he went, kiwi. She's like, oh. They had to change the menu. I don't know if they did change the menu, but they felt like they ought to change the menu because this was a very new wine, and they had to have their menus reprinted anyway because of this new wine. So, anyway, it was just one of those rare moments where I feel like I contributed or complicated things. I don't know. One of the two. Yeah, it's very desserty, right? I am getting that brown sugar. Maybe blackberries? It's really nice, actually. The nose is really nice. Let's get into it. Larry's watching. Tom is watching. Hello, everybody. Howdy do. This is the Thomas S. More Cabernet Sauvignon Cask. Aged for 5 years and then 1 to 3 years in that Cabernet barrel. This is a Sazerac product, comes out of the Barton Distillery. For all intents and purposes, you're looking at a bottle of 1792 that has been aged in a wine cask. So, I love 1792. I got one right here. I picked this up the other day because I ran out. I like it. Okay. So I might like this. I might hate what they did to it. I don't know. We'll see. The nose is really nice. All right. I'm going to do a little sip. Put my finger up. My pinky. Okay. Interesting. I got almost nothing on the palate, but I'm a gulper. I like big swigs. But there is a really nice finish note. The thing that I noticed first off, and this was a little bitty sip, this punches it over its weight. That's 90. I can't see it. 95.3 proof. And one reviewer I read said that they were disappointed that it wasn't a higher proof. And I'm thinking to myself, if this was a higher proof, you might lose some of the flavor in exchange for the heat. Now, again, I didn't get a lot of flavor off the first thing, so it was right on the tip. But I was surprised by how much heat was there, considering that guy said, not enough heat. Oh. So, okay. All right. Now, I'm going to take a little bigger swig this time. On the palate, there's not much going on at all. I thought it was just a small swig. But it's not. There's like no flavor on the palate at all. Now, okay, just maybe my palate is off. I don't know. I've been around allergy-inducing things for the last couple of days, so I'm going to do a test here. I've got I get this Peerless Double Oak that I tried that I really liked. So I wasn't expecting to do this, but I just want to make sure my palate's not off. If I can't taste this, then the allergens have rendered this Bourbcast almost irrelevant. All right. Cheers. No, I can taste that just fine. That's so good. This is the Peerless Double Oak. This is the Peerless Double Oak Rye. I liked it. I look at it lot. All right. I mean, I'll finish this later. Okay. I know. I'm sorry. I'm being silly. I'm just so tired. All right. Show me something, baby. Be Missouri, the show me state. Show me something. Did you know that Missouri was the show me state? I knew Missouri was the show me state. You see what I did there? Missouri me. There's like almost nothing there. Nothing. There's a very, very short note. And it's, boy, that's tough. I want to say that it's musty. But there is a flavor there, and I can't pull it out. So what they say, black cherry, plum, warm spice, vanilla, seasoned oak, enjoyable. No. There's not all that in this. I'll tell you that right now. This has never been cracked before, so maybe it'll open up, when we do water. Maybe that'll give me something. Because this neat, giving me nothing. So let's see. I'm gonna look for those notes. Okay. Okay. There's flavor there. It's just really, really hidden, and I can't even tell you what's hidden behind. There's just not much there. So if I really go looking for it, the black cherry is probably there. Warm spice. I know that's poorly defined, right? But warm spice is probably the note that I would give this as its predominant note. Warm spice. What does that mean? Does that mean like spiced cider? Does it mean like spiced eggnog? I don't know. but that's a fair note. And that's really all I'm getting off of this. A little bit of vanilla on the finish. The black cherry shows up a little bit more on the finish. There's definitely more flavor on the finish of this one than on the palate. So you can't even use this really in a cocktail because it doesn't offer anything. This is probably one of my harshest reviews. Now I'm not going to throw it across the yard like I did Southern Comfort. Hey Jeff, how are you? Jeff Tishner's watching Titch. Yeah, so yeah, this is. I've waited a couple of years to open this, and it's very disappointing. Son of a gun. I do like the heat. I do like how it feels in my mouth. It's got a nice mouth feel. But if this is 1792, aged in a cab cask, they killed the 1792, because I love 1792. Okay. Do a little water, a little agua. I don't remember the last time I did a review this harsh. I'm trying to be nice to it. I am. I like doing this. I don't like doing this. But we'll see what happens on the water. Maybe it'll open up and give me a little bit of yum yum. Their notes are nose, palate, finish, and overall. So they don't try it like I try it. Neat, water, ice. I don't want to waste an ice sphere on this because I don't think it's going to do anything. But let's see what happens on water. Because ice, again, if you don't know this, let me just bring you back. Ice mutes the flavors. Yes, it cools it down, but it also mutes the flavors. You cool down whiskey, and it tends to take away some of the notes, takes away some of the flavors. Now, if it doesn't, then you know that it'll hold up in a cocktail. But if it does take away those flavors, then you know it won't hold up in a cocktail, and don't do that. Like Blade and Bow. I wanted to like Blade and Bow on ice. I really, really did, but it fell apart. Now, maybe that's what you like. Maybe you like a whiskey that falls apart, so whatever it is you're mixing it with, that's the predominant flavor. Then drink what you're mixing it with and keep the whiskey out of it. That's just me. That's just me. Okay. I can't remember the Southern Comfort face. Okay. Oh, you still remember the Southern Comfort face. Oh, that was horrible. Oh. That was part of my series on beginning bourbons. Bourbons for beginners. What do you give a beginner when they want to get on this journey of finding their palate, deciding what they like, things like that? And I was doing Jim Beam, Wild Turkey 81, Four Roses, Evan Williams Black, and then we did, I think, Seagram 7, and then Southern Comfort. My parents used to drink Southern Comfort, and I don't know why after trying it. I mean, everybody's palate's different. I mean, when I was in the retail business, we sold lots of Red Stag, and people thought that was delicious. It isn't delicious. It's a cough lozenge. If you like a cough lozenge, you'll like Southern Comfort, and you'll like Red Stag. Those are good if you want to. Well, Red Stag is decent if you want to mix it into things. I've got a Christmas cocktail that I use Red Stag in, and it's fantastic. Red Stag, some bourbon cream, some this, that. I don't remember the whole recipe, but it's really good. All right, so this is the Thomas S. More with a little water in it. Small sip first. I'm going to sleep so hard. There it is. That's it. It didn't open up. That black cherry just jumped out at me. Very nice. So this would be the exact opposite, right, of Blade and Bow. Blade and Bow, you put it on ice, it fell apart. This, neat, fell apart. Nothing there. You open it up a little bit, okay. Now you got a nice pour. Now I have to try it on a nice sphere because I want to know if it would hold up in a cocktail. On water, this is pretty good. It pains me to say that because I was being so harsh. I want to keep being harsh. I want to be mean. Why am I never mean? Jeff's talking to me. Chris is watching. Hey, Chris. Spencer, hi. How are you? I'm glad you're here. Jeff says, I need to bring you some of the Indiana Barrel Angel's Envy I have. I think you will like it. Duh. I like Angel's Envy. I haven't had an expression of Angel's Envy yet that I haven't liked. Well, of the port barrel, the rye. I liked it when I first tried it, and it's so sweet. Those rum casks are just on. They're turned up to 11, you know, and I like whiskeys in rum casks. The Redemption rye, Redemption rye in a rum cask is fantastic. Old Elk in a rum cask is fantastic. But Angel's Envy, that finished rye, if you like it, great. I liked it when I first tried it. The more I drink it, the more I don't like it. But I've tried 186 different pours. This is Bourbcast 186. Unreal. All right, let's get back to it here. Yeah. Now that it's on water, that is actually quite nice. The proof that I liked before and the mouthfeel that I liked before have changed. That burn, that proof, that thing that I did like about the neat pour has come way down. It's only 95.3 proof. It's come way down. It's still there. You still get a little bite. New whiskey drinkers will go, huh. Right? So that dropped down. But if you want flavor out of this bottle, water's the ticket, at least so far. That's actually really nice. And I would agree with a lot of their notes. Plum would be really hidden down in there for me, but I'm definitely getting black cherry. Warm spice, not so much anymore. That was a predominant note on neat, when it was neat. And it wasn't a great note. At least it was a note. At least something was there. But it wasn't a great note. They say light brown sugar. I caught a little bit of that neat. Excuse me, I'm not catching much of that on water. Let's go back to it. Yeah, I mean, if you're coerced, if you're looking for it, you'll find some light brown sugar. It doesn't present itself like that. I mean, it's one of those things that that if you're told it, you'll find it, right? If you build it, they will come, right? So they build it, and I'm here. Yeah, okay, I got brown sugar. Okay, it's light brown sugar, not dark brown sugar. I got it. Okay, just a little. Yeah, I had to be convinced, but it's there. Jeremy, Ashley, hello. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for watching. The Thomas S. More, this is the Cabernet Cask. They also have a couple of other ones. They have a port cask and a Chardonnay cask. I was told that this one was popular, so I tried it. And neat. Nothing. You get a little bit of that spice on it, but that's it. This is the high rye. The mash bill on this is 74% corn, 18% rye, 8% malted barley. I just didn't have a whole lot of flavor. Neat. Now you put it on water, becomes a nice sip. This becomes a very nice sip on water. Yeah. A little caramel in there. Caramel, if you have a degree. That black cherry is the predominant note on water, though. That's nice. I like it on water. I didn't like it neat. I like it on water. That's pretty good. I like it. Okay. All right, let's get into it with a little ice. And then we'll tell you what's coming up next week because it's Bar Special. Next week, Bar Special. All right. Trust me. There's a pour I do once a year for my dad that people... Oh, ice. That people like that I do every year in homage to my dad, who passed away in 2014. Can't believe it's been that long. This December 3rd will be 9 years. Where did that time go? Come on. Brand new, gorgeous ice sphere. That's another sip. If you're doing the drinking game, if you're doing the KC drinking game, I've just given you two. Right? If you're not doing the drinking game, I'll tell you what the drinking game is. When you hear me use an often repeated phrase, like caramel, if you have a degree, and gorgeous ice sphere, you drink. I invented it, so it's not offensive. I know I do it. I do it all the time. Okay, that's enough. Hey, Jeremy's with us too. Glad you're here. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Thomas S. Moore. This is essentially 1792 in a wine barrel. It's a Sazerac product. There's not a lot of information about it. It's considered a premium product, whatever that means. And it isn't. Got better, neat, or not good, neat, better with ice. Come on. Better with water. Now we're going to try it with ice. And since Paul is watching, I'm going to do the finger stir. Finger stir. I had a friend I'd make that face with. As if, and she would say, "That's not sexy." Way to break a horse's spirit. All right. Is this any good on ice or is it going to die? We're going to find out. Sorry. Okay. Okay, scale of, let's do best to worst. Best is on water. Second is on ice. Believe it or not, there's flavors there that didn't show up. Neat. So neat is third. If you get this bottle, it's actually not bad. I was saying earlier I didn't think it would hold up in a cocktail because it was nothing neat. There's flavor here. Even cooled down when it's supposed to be muted. There's some nice flavor here. The colder it gets, the more, there was a really, really sweet note right there on ice. Very sweet. Delectable sweet. So their notes on the palate were black cherry plum, warm spice, vanilla, seasoned oak. Boy, I don't know. It's none of those. It's something bright and sweet. It's a fruit note. It's not citrus. Normally bright and sweet is citrus, but that's not it. I don't know what it is, but I like it. So, okay. The Thomas S. Moore Cabernet Sauvignon Cask did not deliver neat. Disappointing neat. The heat was nice, the mouthfeel was nice, but the flavor, nothing. There's nothing. The spices, maybe, that's really about it. On water, that's where it really started to show up. And on ice, it's actually surprisingly decent. So, yeah. Can I recommend this bottle? If you do it the way I told you to do it, with water or ice, yes. Will it work in a cocktail? If you were to do it, I would probably tell you to do it in a New York Sour. Because that's a wine-based bourbon cocktail. And you can use Cab in that, and it's pretty good. I'm burpy. All right, so next week. Let me check my calendar to make sure that I have my days right, because I don't want to do this wrong and come off looking stupid. Nope. Perfect. Okay. So, next Thursday is December 7th. Now, I know what you're thinking. December 7th, 1941, the day that will live in infamy, right? That's the day they bombed Pearl Harbor. The Japanese came in and kamikazes and blah. Or if you watch Animal House, it's the Germans. But but if you know actual history, it was the Japanese. One of the worst attacks on American soil ever, and it wasn't even on the soil, it was on the water. But you get the drift. Well, that day, December 7th, 1941, was my mother's second birthday. She's turning 84 this year. So as much as I hear happiness whenever I do the April 11th commemoration of my father's birthday, which, living or not, is going to go on in perpetuity, despite his poor choices in whiskey. But my mother has some good choices, not so much in whiskey, but in other things that we drink, and we drink this together, and I enjoy it, and it's this one right here, Kahlua. So if you don't have Kahlua, this is not expensive, you can get it anywhere. I would tell you to get it at a liquor store because the proof may be just a little bit higher. But we are going to have Kahlua next week, and I'm going to show you all the different ways that I enjoy drinking it. And we're going to make a espresso cocktail. And I've got this recipe from an actual restaurant in Columbus called the Columbus Fish Market. And I just asked him, I said, what's the recipe on this? And they brought me a recipe card. And I took a picture of it. Okay. But I've also made different derivatives of that recipe, and I think you're going to like the different things we're going to play with. It's a low-proof liquor. If you get it at a liquor store, it's a little bit higher. Still, it's not high, but it's... I'm going to sneeze, so I want to get done before I do that. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. No, I'm not going to do that. But if you like cocktails and you like coffee, and you like coffee-based cocktails, join me next week as we do Kahlua and the espresso cocktail. And I'm going to tell you, there's going to be a liqueur. I'm just going to call it that. It's not what it is, I don't think. I'm going to bring it out. They don't make it anymore. But I'm going to feature that next week along with the Kahlua when we make various different versions of the espresso cocktail. So, I hope you're with me then. I'm glad you're with me now. Thank you for watching. Share this thing. If you like this and you're having fun, share it. Because, you know, I want other people to have fun too. Yes, it's good for me if you share it. Yes, it's good for me. But I don't make anything off of this. I do this for fun. So if you share it, somebody else can have fun too, and I would appreciate that. Don't go to the website. I don't do anything with that website. I thought it would be cool. Yeah. I need somebody to probably administer that for me so it's not completely wasted. I bought a bunch of domains for it. Stupid. Instagram, I've stopped doing that. It's boring. Instagram is boring as heck. I just don't dig it. So you're going to find us on YouTube at the little @ Beautiful Bourbon. You're going to find us here on Facebook, and we're going to keep doing this until I get sick of it, which I probably will not. As long as you guys are watching, you don't even have to watch, so I'm going to keep doing it because I like it. So I think I had like 1 viewer the first Bourbcast, and I kept going. All right, gang. You have a fantastic what's left of your week. We will see you next Thursday for the Kahlua and for the espresso cocktail. I'm really looking forward to it. The bummer of it, though, my mom has left Facebook. Not that she's like logged out, but her internet in her home has been like messed up or whatever, so she doesn't go on Facebook anymore. She brought an iPad here to the house for Thanksgiving. Didn't go on Facebook. It's like, she goes, it's been a long time since I've watched a Bourbcast. So she came down, she was sitting right there in that chair, which you can't see because it's off camera. She sat right there. She's 5 feet from me to watch the Thanksgiving or Drinksgiving Bourbcast. But she's not on Facebook. My mommy doesn't watch me. All right. Jeremy, how are you? All right. Thank you again for watching. We will see you next week for Kahlua and the coffee or the espresso cocktail. It's going to be fun. You're going to like it, I promise. And we will see you then. Thank you again, and we will see you soon.